Within this twin flame connection, nearly all of us go through a period of time we refer to as separation. The extent and nature of this separation will vary depending on your specific set of twin flame circumstances, as well as what your soul and your twin flame soul predestined together prior to this incarnation. However, there are some parallels, because regardless of what the nature of your separation is, be it an emotional disconnect, a geographical distance, or a complete lack of communication in the 3D world, what we all share in common is the pain that comes within this period of separation. So today I want to discuss this twin flame separation pain, why it occurs, why it happens, and why it affects us so profoundly, as well as what forms it comes through. Signs that you are experiencing this twin flame separation pain. But first, let me know in the comments, have you ever experienced any type of pain, be it physical, mental, or emotional, through a separation period with your twin flame? In this community, love is catching like wildfire. I absolutely adore connecting with each of you and your beautiful energy down in the comments. So thank you to all of you who do share your insights and thoughts and stories with me here. I also want to introduce myself to anyone who might be new to this channel. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Why does twin flame separation pain feel so intense? Although this period of separation is a sacred time of healing from a soul perspective, it never feels or appears that way to our ego or to our physical self. And this pain is very natural because we aren't just soul. We are soul within a human shell, a human body, meaning that we came to this earth to experience both sides of the equation, the 3D and the 5D, the physical and the soul. When it comes to the twin flame connection, everything in terms of energy is an equally balanced equation. So when we are capable of experiencing immense love in some context, we are also able to equally experience pain to the same extent within the same context. With twin flames, as you all know, as twin flames listening to this, the love you experience for your twin flame is the deepest, most profound, most unconditional love you have ever felt, and probably beyond what you ever felt or imagined you could be capable of experiencing. But because this equation is equally balanced, you are equally able to experience deep, uprooting, upheaving pain at all levels of your being in regards to this connection. I often equate twin flame separation to feeling as though you are amputating a limb you never knew you had, and yet you needed, and again never knew you needed until it wasn't there. Amputees continue to feel what is called phantom pains in the space where that limb used to be. And just as an amputee can feel phantom pain, you will feel the pain of your twin flame's absence most intensely, more intensely than anything you've ever felt, because it will feel as though it is still there. One sign of twin flame separation is it feels like they never left, and that just makes it all the more painful. It still feels as though they are following you everywhere you go, energetically, even in spite of their physical absence, and even if they aren't communicating with you at all. The thing about the twin flame connection is that it is taking place on many levels, in fact on all levels. But specifically we can divide it into the 3D and the 5D. The 3D being our physical world around us, the 5D being the energetic realm where time, space, distance don't exist. Twin flames are in perpetual communication in this 5D, in this 5th dimension. However, the pain comes, the pain of separation, when we are no longer in 3D communication with our twin flame. We didn't feel this pain as deeply prior to meeting our twin flame in the 3D, because just like that limb we didn't know existed, we weren't fully connecting with the true concrete reality of this person. Prior to meeting a twin flame, we can write off these early childhood fantasies of love and romance with some mysterious stranger we feel connected to as pure daydreaming, as pure fantasy. We can tell ourselves to forget about this person because they probably don't exist. But after we meet them, after we see in the flesh the manifestation of what our heart has always known to be true, it's impossible to go back because we now have an increased awareness, an awareness that our twin flame exists, that this depth of love we've never before experienced exists. I often say that meeting your twin flame is like finding the Marianas Trench of your soul. The Marianas Trench is the deepest point in the ocean, which fits so perfectly because the twin flame connection is the deepest point of connection we are capable of experiencing with another soul, because we are experiencing connection with ourselves through them. We share the same soul essence, so when we connect with a twin flame, we are actually connecting at the core of ourselves, which is also why all of the twin flame healing also must occur within, and why when it does shift within, it also shifts without. It shifts our connection and the balance of the energies within that connection as a whole. I have created a 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal designed to balance and shift these energies within in order to shift and transform the connection even within the 5D and the 3D world both simultaneously. This subliminal is designed to clear away any blockages or barriers within your energy fields that are holding you in this space of separation, because truly separation is a space of healing, and we will continue to experience separation in some form until we heal within, until we shift the energies within the connection, allow them to come into harmony and balance by coming into harmony within. This subliminal is available in 4 different background meditation sounds and comes in a 20-minute session as well as an 8-hour version. It is available on my subliminal site, Sound and Soulful, and you can check out more information about this meditation using the link in the description box of this video or in the pinned comment. Another sign of twin flame separation pain is actual physical bodily pain. This is sometimes referred to as soul sickness or twin flame separation sickness. The strange thing about twin flames who have connected physically and then disconnected is that they tend to experience lethargy, fatigue, extreme tiredness, apathy, and even physical manifestations of actual illness once they separate in each other's absence. This is largely unexplained. No one has a clear answer for why this occurs. Personally, I believe that this soul sickness happens in part because of the dramatic energetic shift. When we meet our twin flame, we experience a level of bliss, this so-called bubble love phase, whether it lasts seconds or minutes or days or even years. This time of initial connection is so profound. It sweeps us off our feet and quite literally sweeps us up into these higher energetic realms vibrationally. And because of this, I believe it is the comparison between that deep, unimaginable bliss and then that sudden loss, that sudden break in connection, that vacillation from a high to a low. I believe it is that difference, that sudden dramatic shift downward that causes us to feel the downward vibrational effects to the core of our very soul, which, because our subconscious mind, our energy reflects in our body, whatever we are experiencing energetically, this dramatic energetic downward shift, this sudden loss, will naturally reflect within our bodies, within our energy levels, causing us fatigue and tiredness, and even within certain discomfort, certain negative physical symptoms we may experience. Another sign of twin flame separation pain is very emotional and relational. After separating or during this period of separation from a twin flame, you may feel disconnected from others in a way that you have never felt. And the timing will seem just terrible to you because you are losing this 3D romantic connection with a person, with your twin flame. And at the same time, at that very time, you should be able to lean on those around you and rely on those around you in your physical world to emotionally bridge these gaps. You will find them not there in the way that they used to be. You will feel disconnected from these people, even these core influences in your life. Your family members, your caregivers, your parents, your siblings, your friends, people that you used to deeply connect with. You will find these connections to suddenly feel shallow. Again, I feel this has much to do with that comparison because of the depth of the twin flame connection. Once you have experienced that depth, that Mariana's Trench of your soul, of course, within that metaphor, every other part of that metaphorical ocean will suddenly appear shallow. Even the parts of the ocean that may have once felt deep to you. And in the same way, those connections that may have once felt very meaningful, you will now know what it is truly like to authentically connect at every level of your being and every layer of yourself, down to the very core of your soul, beyond all those layers of ego, to another soul. Suddenly, you may find it intolerable to connect through the ego to others that you may have even considered close friends. This is in part also due to this ego death, this loss of identity that we experience. Because when we meet a twin flame, we experience the beginnings, the ignition of a spiritual awakening. It is inevitable because of this massive amount of energy that is being exchanged between us. It will naturally raise the vibration of our being, causing us to elevate in all areas of our life. But first, this energy flowing through us must break down all those barriers and blockages within ourself, within our energy field, many of which were built up by the ego, and the ego will do all it can to hold on to these things, to resist the crumbling of what our soul destined to destroy. Those parts of our life that no longer fit or align with our authentic, soulful self must go, but the ego will fight that. So you will experience an extreme loss of identity. And with this loss of ego identity, anyone that you once connected with through an egoic space, through the ego, those people that didn't really see you for who you were, but you tolerated it because you were putting up an image, a false self, an ego-based self, those connections will begin to evaporate. They will disappear completely out of nowhere and very quickly, which again will result in even greater pain, because during this time of separation is when many twin flames experience an intensification of the dark night of the soul. So you will feel as though your world is crumbling around you. I know that much of what I've said in this video has sounded very intense and dark, and know that I'm not sharing this information for the purpose of keeping you in a negative headspace or vibration, but simply to make you feel supported and understood on this part of the twin flame journey. Because if you are experiencing this twin flame separation, what intensifies the pain even more is feeling so misunderstood by everyone around you. People will tell you, why don't you just get over them? You're just being obsessive, just move on. People will tell you it was just a fling, it wasn't worth your time, they don't care about you, they've already moved on. And your ego, remember, is still fighting, is still feeding on these stories that many around you will actually agree with, that are very ego-based. And it can be very hard to hear your soul beneath all of that noise and within all of this pain. But what I want you to know is that if you could hear your soul's intuition in this moment of separation, it would be saying to you, upon this rubble, you will build something magnificent. It may feel as though your entire life is crumbling, and it may very well be crumbling. It may feel as though your external relationships and connections are falling apart, not just with your twin flame, but with everyone, that your life is changing too quickly. But what I want you to know is that sometimes when everything is falling apart, it is because everything is beginning to fall together for the very first time. This space of separation is temporary. You can trust your intuition as it speaks to you on this situation. You can trust those feelings and glimmers of hope that you feel from time to time, those flashes of connection, of knowingness. That is your soul speaking truth to you, and it doesn't matter if no one else agrees with you, and even if your external circumstances in the moment seem to contradict you, because your soul knows what it knows to be true. That is your intuition. Intuition is said to be knowing what you cannot know. And if you found this video, if you're going through this time of separation, you are one who is in tune enough with your intuition to seek out this kind of information. You will thrive, grow, and heal through this time. And be aware that you aren't alone, even if it feels that way within the 3D world. I hope that if I resonated with you, you'll join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube by subscribing to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, all put together. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing this beautiful space with me here on YouTube. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.